Tonight, on Nerds 2020, we take a special look at a hidden world that no one knew about. I woke up this morning and everything was different. And the excitement, it was bubbling over. It was like any other day, like the day before, and the day I'll have tomorrow too. I went and got my dressing gown, like any other morning. And I also got my wand, and got ready for the day. With a quick swish and flick, I was ready. And that's my life.
Hello, my name is Sally Ann Perks, and I'm a witch.
It was a world that we thought was pure fantasy, but in reality, is 100% true. J.K. Rowling's stories about a boy wizard named Harry and his fight against the evil Dark Lord Voldemort turned out to be true. And as the 6th movie approaches, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, one witch, comes out and tells us the true story from her point of view.
I actually went to Hogwarts for 4 years. I'm even in the Squib's writings. If you look in the very first one, in the Philosopher's Stone, I'm a little one-line note saying Sally Ann Perks was sorted. Well, after the Triwizard Tournament and Harry came back and said that you-know-who had returned and Cedric Diggory was dead, my dad thought it was a good idea to go ahead and take up the job offer that he had in the States. So we moved here and rode out the rest of the war on the safe side. I was still fearful for my friends back home. I was in Ravenclaw, so a lot of my friends were part of Dumbledore's army and all that stuff, so I feel like I missed out. Was I disappointed that I wasn't more in the books? No, I wasn't. I enjoy reading them. I have them there on my shelves. This was the Order of the Phoenix, right? This was 5th year. This is the year that I didn't appear. You'll notice, people actually have talked about me on the little fan sites. They're like, who is the Sally Ann Perks girl? I love reading a fan fiction about what they think I've done, about where they think I am, or who I am. None of them are right, actually.
Living in a muggle community, I have to be a bit clever about what I do with my wand. I still use it, magic is a part of my everyday life, but I have to be careful that no one's looking around when I use the magic. Secrecy act and all. But I find clever places to hide my wand. Mostly my socks or my shoes. So how do the witches and wizards feel about J.K. Rowling's writing of their world?
I think the fact that the Squib wrote about the books, wrote about Harry's life, is enough to say that Muggles have an interest in what we do. That they know that we're out there. That they want to see us and know what we're doing. And this is just a great way for us to bridge that gap. I think most people wish for something a little bit more fantastical in their lives, and that this is just the opening part of it. And it's a great struggle story. I mean, the fact that it's true is even greater. But these people don't know that. I think that gives satisfaction for those of us that do. I tell people here I know Harry Potter, and they think I'm full of crazy stuff. And no, I said, no, it's true. I went to Hogwarts 4 years. They try to tell me all these things. They're like, oh really? Then what's his favourite dessert? And I'm like, treacle tart. Come on, haven't you read the book? I'm like, I don't know that stuff. I wasn't in his house. How am I supposed to know that? I think the fact when I bring out old pictures from Hogwarts, that's when they believe me.
I'm excited for the new movie. It gives me a chance to let everyone know that
I really am a witch from Hogwarts.
And that is the story of Sally Ann Perks, a witch among us. Join us again next week for a new Nerd 2020, where we discussed hobbits. Are they real, or just small figments of our imagination? I just got home and I have 20 seconds, I think, to tell you spoilers for the movie of what I felt. First off, that beginning would never happen because his minders would never let Harry out like that in the open, and he would never be reading the Daily Prophet in front of muggles like that. Wouldn't happen. 2, Pinches. Dumbledore. I wasn't a fan, and still aren't a fan, of Michael Gambon's early Dumbledore, but I loved his Dumbledore in this movie. He was witty, he was charming, he was a little off-ball, he was serious when he needed to be, but there was that twinkle, the twinkle that he was missing from earlier movies. It was here in this one, and I was sad to see him go.
Okay, Harry and Ginny's kiss. The couple making out in front of me for the whole entire movie, they were kissing better than Harry and Jenny did. And what was up with that? Do you trust me, Harry? Eat a tart. What? My major problem with the movie was that it seemed like so little happened, and yet it was a 2.5 hour movie. The pacing was just weird. I mean, I never once looked at my watch, which is a good sign, but it's still like, I don't know, the pacings sometimes seem to be weird in these movies where there's not a lot of action going on. Sometimes I think they need to create more action for something to go on. Like, why was the battle not there at the end? That would have created a lot of action. And the fight between Severus and Harry, why? It wasn't really a fight. It was more like, coward. Where was the don't call me a coward? And Remus and Tonks, sweetheart, the lunar cycles are always so hard for you. And the bird doesn't get torn up like that until the 7th movie. Or the 7th book. Okay, I'm finding more I didn't like about it. So maybe I should just be happy with it right now and go to bed happy. I think that's what I'll do. Night, Carmen. See you tomorrow. Okay, so I'm awake now, and I thought I'd add some more to my little review of HBP. I don't want you to think that I didn't like the movie. I really, really did like it. There are many things that I liked about it. Just last night, as I started thinking about it and talking, just the things that I didn't like just became apparent. But I thought that the movie was so beautiful. I think they did a good job in translating it. I was happy with the script that Steve Kloves wrote, because in the past I haven't liked his. Like, I really liked the script from Order of the Phoenix, and so I was worried when Steve Kloves would get the reins back that it wouldn't be good, but there was a lot of really cool things in there. I loved the shop, the joke shop, the Weirding Weasley's Weirding Wizarding Mrs., however you say it, WWW. I loved it. That was such a cool shop, and it was fun. And I love that they kept the Ollivander plot in. That was great. And at the end, when Draco Expelliarmus Dumbledore, it was perfect. It was brilliant, because I was like, eee! But I do have to say that one funny moment earlier to like my like little what was up with Ginny and Ron's kiss. Ginny and Ron, ooh, they didn't kiss at all. Ginny and Harry's kiss. Not the kiss, but when she gave him the tart, it was like, here, Harry, do you trust me? I literally in the movie theater went, what? And I was the only one in the theater that was speaking at the moment, and everybody I was with kind of just looked at me and like kind of shamefulness at me. I thought Ron and Lavender were brilliant. I loved the little heart thing that she did on the train. She was so crazy and stalker. It was brilliant. And Ron and Hermione, my heart was just so warm. You know, girls, when you're reading a romance novel or you're seeing a rom-com, and like the characters are having that moment and like it's tension filled and everything, and your heart just kind of warms. I definitely was feeling that for them all moving along. And Harry and Jenny were so cute. And Slughorn was brilliant. I am a huge fan of Jim Broadbent, and so I think that he did an utterly fantastic job as Slughorn. You felt for him and his pathos, so it was really fun that way. So it was a great movie overall. I'm really pleased with it. I love how the movies are getting better and better. Yeah, they're different from the books, but you have to approach them as different entities, and you have to decide when your favorite scenes aren't in there, but they're two completely different things. I mean, it's just the way it is. But I loved it! Yay, Harry Potter!